again. Welcome back to my channel, Finance with Govt. I really hope that you are getting lots and lots of values. So you are welcome once again. Today, we'd like to look at types of income. Types of income. Broadly speaking, we have two types of incomes. Two types of income. We have active income, and then you have passive income. Active income is any type of income that require your physical presence, your physical involvement in day-to-day activity that leads to generation of the income. So if you have to be physically present, if you have to go, for instance, to office, open your shops, or you have a big business, but you have to be physically present before you can generate business activity and income, that is classified as active income. Example is salary work. So meaning that you have to go to office, you are a clerk in the office, an accountant, or a cashier in the bank, all that type of activity that involve you. So if you don't go, you don't earn income. If you are not there, there is no income. And so the second type is passive income, and that is our major focus this morning. Passive income. Passive income does not really require your presence. You don't have to be there. You can be on your bed sleeping, and then you are earning income. You can be in a clubhouse with your friends, and the income is running. So you can be traveling all over the world, and then you are still earning income. And I love that type of income, where I don't need to be involved. I don't need to be there. In Robert Kiyosaki's book, he made mention of this type of quadrant. There is a right quadrant, and then there is the right quadrant. Just a brief. In the right quadrant, you have employee, and then you have business owners. The other quadrant, you have investors. So people who really have investments. And so today, let's quickly dip into passive income, because that is our concentration today. I have here about 10 of them, and I really want you to ask yourself, how many of them do you have? The more you have, the better for you. Number one on my list is stock. Stock. That is investing your funds in a company as a shareholder. So meaning that you are a co-owner of the company. So whatsoever activity the staff, the management of the company are carrying out, they are carrying it out on your behalf. Yes, and you can start with a little amount, as low as say $10. You can be involved. You can buy stock of any company. There is an institution that is called stock exchange, and other major player in this type of investment are stockbrokers. So you may need to approach a stockbrokers. So I've met several people who work for several years. They have no single stock. So you may be thinking, you need to go for a stockbroker, open a stockbroking account, pay some amount as much as you can afford. I'm saying you can start with as little as 1,000 naira in Nigeria, and that is less than $2. So there are what they call penny stock that you can start with. And then if you want to be a big player, stock bring dividend income, and then you have what we call capital appreciation at the end of the periodically, depending on the business decisions of the company. And then it's liquid. In case you have need for fund, you could dispose this stock off in Nigerian Exchange Group, for instance, in my country, formerly known as Nigerian Stock Exchange. You dispose the stock whenever you are in need of cash. So stock is the number one. And when you have stock, again, you are investing as a co-owner, a shareholder of the company, and so you don't need to be involved. These are some of the secrets of the rich people. So, and I said you don't need to have millions of naira. You can start with as little as 1,000 naira, $2, £2, depending on your own type of currency. Number two, that is closely related to stock, is index. An index is a mutual fund or exchange traded fund designed to follow certain preset rules so that the fund can track a specific basket of underlying assets. So that is the index. So index is a basket of certain underlying stocks. And let me put it that way, for a stock-based index, meaning that you can have a index that is tracking banking. So meaning that in that basket, the focus of the investment is into banks that are part of the index. What this affords you is that if you invest in such indexes, you are not investing in just one stock. You are investing into several stocks or several companies. So if you are investing in a banking index, you are probably investing into tens of banks. So because the index track the performance of those banks. So if one is a way of diversifying risk, if one bank is not performing as it were, the other banks will likely perform. So we have different types of indices. You have index that track gold, for instance. So you have index that track a specific commodity. To know more about this, you need to approach your asset management company. So you can find out about them. I'll try and leave link of some of trusted asset management companies around me that you could actually approach. You start this. They have their minimum entry amounts you could invest in. And so the headache one of the other advantages is that you don't need to have headache of managing, tracking, looking, because some experts are doing that for you. In one of my videos, why the poor remain poor, I made mention of this. There is a way you can strategically engage the services of professionals without you actually, paying from your nose. That's one of the cheap way to use the service of professionals. They will only charge you a fee on the returns on the investment. And that is what the rich do. The rich engage the best. They use their fund to engage the best. So with that little amount in your hand, or even if you have not saved towards it, you can save towards investing in an index. The number three type of passive income on my list here is bond. Bond, yeah. One of the verses in the scripture says you will lend to nations. So when you are investing in bond, you are lending to companies and you are lending to government. So we have two types or two categories of bond: corporate bond, and we have sovereign bond, or let me say we have government bond. Government bond is also subdivided into two. You have sovereign bond, that is when a nation issued bond, and then you have other categories, state bond. Corporate bond is when a company, usually a big corporation, issued corporate bond. To them, it's a kind of financial strategy, and they call it tier 2 capital. So on the bond, they pay an agreed coupon, and the coupon for corporate bond is usually above the inflation rate of your nation. So it's a good way of hedging against inflation and a good way of getting guaranteed income. So the difference between the corporate bond and sovereign bond or state bond is the risk, attached to those bonds. We all know that government investing in government bond is classified as low risk, and you also know that the lower the risk, the lower the yield or the returns on investment. So you could consider it. In fact, in my country, there was a time government raised what we call retail bond, in which case with as little as $50, 5,000 naira, or $100 as then, you could invest into bond. And I hope you could invest for your children. You could invest in the name of your children, and the fund will be there for a longer period of time, so that before they become mature, maybe before they finish college, you already have some investment waiting for them. That is what I advise. Number 4 is fixed deposits. Of course, I know many of us knows about savings account, current account, just account for transactionary reasons. But from yours, you can save, towards having a fixed deposit. Fixed deposit is a Tenored fund that you keep with a banker. So, and the rate is a little bit higher than a savings rate. In fact, in some occasions, some people don't even earn any interest on savings. Wow. I hope you really enjoy this part 1, where we discussed all types of passive income. We've given 4 types, and then we're going to up to number 10. In part 2, we would delve and dig down into other 6 parts of passive income, because we still have much more. So don't miss that second part. So please therefore subscribe and hit the notification button, so that when I do the second part and other parts of my video series, you will be one of the first person to be alerted. And please share, and don't forget again to subscribe. Like I usually say, I see you on top.